I know, okay, TCG releases, they're exciting. There's a lot going on, and oftentimes we can get caught up in all of the excitement, the hype, and the craze. And sometimes it's enough for us to go to Costco and fist fight over boxes of cards. It's ridiculous, but I don't know, check the internet. It happens. But I will say, I am not spending this much on Final Fantasy Play Booster boxes. There are some Final Fantasy products that may go up in price, may be super limited, but this is not one of them. Let's talk about why. As always, I'm going to reference data that we on this channel have collected from TCG Player sales over the past 2.5, almost 3 years now. Big shout out to all the channel members for supporting that project. You can be seen at cardboardfinance.com. And I'm going to talk about the price of play booster boxes, and I'm going to do some comparisons to not only previous Magic sets, but previous massive Magic the Gathering Universes Beyond sets. Hint, hint, you know who you are. But the main message of this video is me just explaining why I am not going to pay top dollar for Final Fantasy Play Booster boxes. Now, I do think that the Final Fantasy Play Booster box is a wonderful product. I think the set, the release, is going amazingly. The hype is real. Heck, people have spent almost $10 million across all sealed products on TCG Player for Final Fantasy. That's right. I did not stutter. I did not misspeak. $10 million. And while some of those products, mainly the collector commander decks and the collector booster box, are, in my opinion, going to be limited. Heck, we're gone from the days where I could buy my favorite Streets of New Capenna booster boxes. Or they're all over the place up here for $110 because nobody wanted them and Wizards of the Coast was still going to print more. No, they've really honed in that process. They've reined in their print runs, and collector booster boxes, well, they feel collectible. But the play booster boxes, the commander decks, these are products that I have a problem with the price of, and I have a problem with their availability. As we sit here right now, the boxes are fluctuating between $180 and $190 on TCG Player for a play booster box for a standard set of Magic the Gathering. And while yes, Universes Beyond is always going to be more expensive, I am not spending that much on this product now. These products, play booster boxes, generally come down in price for a period of time. Now, we know that Magic the Gathering product seems to go up in value over the course of years and years and years and years. But play booster boxes are Wizards of the Coast barrier to entry. They are the welcome mat for people coming in to play and experience a set, that and the commander decks alike. And for this reason, they are incentivized to reprint play booster boxes as much as needed. Heck, let's look at recent history. We have Lost Caverns of Ixalan booster boxes, we have Wilds of Eldraine booster boxes, and even as recently as probably Bloomborough. Duskmourn was popular, but I don't think it sold that crazy. Bloomborough play boxes experienced a short, minor, oh no, we're sold out, these things might get expensive for a small period of time. Well, then Wizards of the Coast did the right thing and released more into the ecosystem, or maybe distribution doesn't. Like, look around you. I'm not a game store. I am just a human on the internet who happens to have game stores connections. I've been around the space for the better part of 20 years. And for this reason, I am encouraged to believe that Final Fantasy Play Booster boxes will continue to follow that trend. But there is a variable here. With the Universes Beyond moniker, the wide reach of the set, and the popularity of Final Fantasy, we could be looking at a situation where, well, it's just almost impossible to keep up with demand. And we have thought this before. Looking back in the archives and the history for Lord of the Rings set and draft booster boxes, it was almost assured that these booster boxes were going to remain expensive and be expensive until the end of time. Well, checking the data, these did experience a price drop, sometimes up to 15 to 18% over the course of their lifetime. And as they begin to creep back up now, finally, for a set that was released quite some time ago, it is important to note that there was a massive window of opportunity when Magic fans' focus had been moved elsewhere, when our attention had been pulled away, and when these boxes were incentivized to be reprinted and the hype wasn't so insane, and so they were available for people to buy and enjoy. For that reason, as someone who cares about the value of the sealed product that I collect over the long term, and I really prioritize, on big shelf, big wall over here, draft and play boxes because of their versatility, because of my ability to, hey, if I don't ever want to trade this, if I don't want to keep it sealed forever, I can always crack it open and play with my friends. For that reason, I really think I'm going to wait a little bit. Now, I will say this is risky. Not only do I miss out on the main reason to pay premium dollar for a product, which is I get to enjoy the set the day it comes out. And heck, I'm talking about the massive amount I might buy. I might still buy 1 or 2 just for myself, just to get that experience, scratch that itch as it comes, the set comes out. I don't know. We'll see how strong the itch is as the release actually gets here. But I will say I am missing out on that, and I'm missing out on the potential for Wizards of the Coast to do something that I think would be unprecedented, and that is to leave a play booster box, leave a standard, what is essentially draft or set booster box, short printed and highly valuable. They're in no way incentivized to do this. They have a collector product to achieve that exact goal. Same with Commander decks. They have a collector Commander deck set to achieve that goal. For this reason, I'm willing to be fooled by Wizards of the Coast once. I'm willing to be made to be left behind, to miss the mark, to miss the train on this one, because they did something that I really don't think they've ever done before when it comes to set, draft, and play booster boxes in the modern era. I'm willing to be wrong at least once to save my butt, in the sense of, I'm right. But this only applies to people like me who, are putting the boxes on their shelf for a long time, or people who are trying to make sure they squeeze every ounce out of their dollar and get the best deal possible. If you are out there is no shame if you want to go and buy the box on release, at release date, to say, hey, I want to get the most out of this experience. I want to be in on the release. I want to have the fun on release day. And that is important. I've often said that I don't villainize or go against the buy singles army, because I not only respect, but I acknowledge it's the best way to get the most bang for your buck, get exactly what you need, and enjoy Magic the Gathering. I think buying singles is absolutely incredible. But I also acknowledge, on the flip side of that coin, there's an enjoyment factor, an excitement factor to opening sealed product, to getting the new release, a booster box, if you will. Heck, I idolized the booster box because as a child so much, I could just never get my hands on one, and then I became a young adult and I couldn't afford it, and it's something that I've always just found an attachment to, and I don't think I'm the only one that feels that way. I think there are other people that feel an attachment to experiencing, opening product, saying, cracking packs, chasing hits that way. It's not the most way to get the best way to get the most bang for your buck, but it is fun, and it is a viable way to enjoy the hobby, and I think we all need to respect that. Okay, mini tangent over. All in all, I really think that this product has a lot of room to come down. The Commander decks especially. I want the Commander decks to be cheaper. I did a whole video that I'll link, either at the end of the video, it'll be my linked video, or it'll be up here somewhere, where I really do believe that that entryway, that ramp, is ultra important for a set like Final Fantasy, because without that entryway, without that ramp, you might get people to buy Final Fantasy, but what makes Magic the most played TCG in the known universe, and the best TCG in the known universe, is the number of people playing. The fact that you can go into a game store at any given moment and you're guaranteed to get a game. There will be someone in there sitting down playing Magic at almost all hours of the day. It's actually kind of absurd. And for that reason, I want these products to become cheaper, to become more accessible. I understand they will never be the price of a standard Magic the Gathering set. Aether Drift, Murders at Karlov Manor, and Final Fantasy will never be the same base price. I'm not naive enough to believe that Wizards of the Coast would let that happen, but I do wish it was the case. And while these products are hype and commanding a top tier value right now, I'm going to stand pat and wait on the Play Booster Box specifically. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. This is just my thoughts. It's something I wanted to discuss today. It's been on my mind for a while. It's the thought of like all this excitement, this hype, and what it's going to do to the cost of this product. And then 4 months from now, with the rapid release cycle and everything we're focused on and moving on to with Marvel and Spider-Man and whatever else comes next, Edge of Eternities, will that loss of focus detract from the value, the price, the hype, and will we see a more normalized ecosystem? And will this cause people who might have jumped into Magic firsthand to feel bad that they maybe overpaid for a product? I don't know. I'm interested. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Till next time, you guys know me. My name is Josh. I'm going to link a video over here. I think it's over on this side. Thank you so much for hanging out. We'll see you around. Goodbye.